Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish.
This is
The Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here, and it's the kombucha SCOBY. My SCOBY creation was a success because I'm a man of the world.
You're making kombucha?
Making fucking kombucha. Get up on that microphone.
What
get
the
all
fuck?
up in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So with me today is a guest you've heard, maybe I think once before on the podcast, back in the old Mom's House days. That's solid 4 months. It's Aluni. He's here.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing? You doing good? You feeling right? You feeling all right? Yeah. Well, I found out that Cy here plays a little bit of the instruments in the world.
Yep.
And so just had him over to jam on some of the things, some of the band equipment.
Yeah.
In the room of stuff.
You got a nice washboard, Bobby.
Yeah, I think it's it's the washboard. The tub really makes the resonance.
Yeah. The washboard and the tub and the clothes. The clothes going over the washboard into the tub.
And that little thing that goes like in the mouth. I had one of those once. I broke it.
And the people that are inside the house doing a swing dance to that and punching each other in the face.
They're all in 20s garb for some reason.
Yeah, and shoving each other across the bar table.
Definitely calling each other sir for some reason.
And twisting their mustache. You don't call someone sir unless you're in the middle of twisting your mustache nowadays. And if you do that, you do deserve to get smacked with a white glove because you're a piece of shit.
I just like the idea of using 20s style slang at people, but just like playing it totally straight. Like, I'm sorry, sir. Like, what is?
You look daft.
Yeah. A dapper gentleman such as yourself this is not becoming of a proper gentleman's behavior.
Or just describe it. This is a daft draft. This Lagunitas is a daft draft.
What a saucy dame she was.
They use sauce? They didn't use
I don't know.
saucy.
I don't fucking know when
they didn't use saucy in the 80s, and anything went in the 80s. That was a terrible decade.
When did anyone use the word saucy?
Like now? Like more...
What? No.
Saucy?
Saucy is not a modern...
That's more like a 90s thing, because that was the swing... They had the whole swing revival.
I guess I accept that.
So I feel like saucy would be a word in that lexicon.
I feel like I could blame the third wave of ska with the resurgence of the word saucy.
I think you can blame almost all the world's problems on the resurgence of ska. Starving.
Better watch
other
out.
Third world countries starving.
Better watch out. That fourth wave is coming. That fourth wave of ska is going to come take you out.
That's why I'm buying a lot of guns.
Arm yourself against the fourth wave of ska.
I'm stockpiling, just tossing anything out that's checkered.
Yeah. Some people buy guns so they can defend pop punk. Others so they can protect themselves against the fourth wave of ska.
I always said that anyone who's wearing this is like sort of related, but anyone who's wearing like a Big Bang shirt, like Big Bang Theory shirt, like that marks them as the first people I'm going to kill in the apocalypse.
Like as soon as we get a purge day, once we get a purge day,
you better put that back in your drawer because I'm coming for you.
I feel like you could be safe blowing up the entirety of the Nugget and get pretty much everybody in Reno that watches Big Bang Theory.
I don't think so, because I think if you blew up the Nugget, everyone in the Nugget would still be there because they're half cockroach. So they're not going anywhere, Bobby.
Yeah,
they'll still be just like everything's gone, and they're all going to be still out. No, they're not going to be moving. They're just be still making the motion of like moving the slot machine handle down. They're just be
doing
sitting
that,
there,
pretending to roll dice.
No,
just standing at rubble, going, "Hit me."
Yeah, the dealer's dead. He's been dead for weeks.
You're just staring at corpses going, I'll stay.
This is zombies. They're zombies. Hit me.
That's how I feel sometimes.
Me.
Fuck, I love gambling.
You like gambling? You're a gambler?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember about a year ago we went to... Oh, no, it wasn't even a year ago. We went to the Carson City Nugget, and we went to go... And we were going to leave at a certain time, but that didn't happen because Bobby wanted to win a fucking car.
I was like, hold on. There's one more hour and the giveaway happens.
Yeah, one more hour. You got... Just to entertain yourselves.
I think I evened out or made like $20 or something, and I was like, well, I didn't win really at all, so let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to stop gambling at the Nugget. down in Carson because, I mean, like, I'd be there for a job. I'd get $35 for the job and end up blowing like $80 on Buffalo. And I'd be like, you know what? Is this really fucking worth it?
You know, you told me a while ago that the Buffalo machine was the shit. And you just told me now that
Buffalo is the safest, but you can very easily sink yourself too deep.
That's, oh my God. That's like saying that playing fillet fingers with a butter knife is a lot safer than...
It's fine. Than playing with like a steak knife.
Yeah.
It's just like I usually, you just play a nice conservative, like, max lines, minimum bet, 40 cents, and you're going to be safe. I got a little cocky, and I was like, I got $100. I'm playing $1.20 a hand. That's 3 times the money if I hit anything good. I got about $60 into that 100, and I was like, I have made an error. And then I tried to go down to 80 cents, and then by then, like, the machine was like, we got this, bitch, and just drained me. When usually, like, if you're just playing 40 cents, after like $40, it'll be like, all right, we'll give you a bonus or something.
Do you have any, like, what do you call it? Not stereotypical, but what's the word? Superstitious. Do you have any, like, superstitious things that you do?
Not like the superstitions I have aren't based in like doing a thing. Like, some people are like, oh, they'll touch the screen or anything. Like, I'll just do that for fun, or I'll like hit it a little bit if it's pissing me off. But the casinos don't like that, so you got to play it off as superstition. But like, usually I'm of the mindset of like, oh, well, if I just lost a bunch, it's got to be building up to something, which is a huge fallacy.
Yeah.
Which will get you a lot of the time. But that's usually how it ends up for me, which is why I keep winning.
Well, how do you think have you kept track of your...
Oh, yeah, I collect my win-loss statements for taxes and stuff, too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, last year, I think all together, I was up 3,000 across all the casinos.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
This year, I'm definitely down. I think since January, I'm probably down 700, but I'll get it back.
Still time to win it back, still time to win it back, dude.
The winter is when it's dead, and then they really got to sweeten the machines up. Right. So usually, like, I'll fuck myself up in spring and summer.
Yep, you got 7 more months, man. You can pull it together.
I didn't hit any jackpots till fucking September of last year, so like it happens.
That's one of the weirdest things about living here is that it's not that it's crazy because it's like none of this shit was in Minnesota. Like the normalization of. I mean, you're from the Midwest. Where are you from? You're from.
I was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Yeah, so it's the same shit. Where it's just like there's no gambling. You got to go to the Indian reservation if you want to gamble at all, and those casinos fucking suck. So it's like, okay, you either got to go to the reservation if you want to gamble or fly to Vegas. So gambling's not a thing. Right. And then, like, smoking weed everywhere, you got to hide that shit in the Midwest because they're real arresty about that shit.
They are real arresty.
Midwest cops are not chill.
No, they're not.
Especially if they're trying to shoot Philando Castle. Take that, Minneapolis. Let's see.
Fuck Minneapolis.
What else is there? Prostitution. Yeah, definitely frowned upon. Here, it's just like, whatever.
I feel like this state is like the cool parent.
Yeah.
For
I just want you to do it
America.
around me.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you buy hookers in the house, honey.
That should be the Nevada. As long as you do it around me.
Yeah.
I'd be 100% for that. I'd buy flags of that shit.
Hookers in the house.
We'll make our own flag. What should the flag look like for our Nevada flag?
Just a fucking pair of tits with weed coming out of them.
Pair of tits with weed on them.
Should it still be the blue coming out of them?
Should it still be like the blue background?
No.
Should it just be like casino bright? Just casino lights.
Just
distracting,
a field of lights, and then like zombie people, like zombie meth people.
Yeah, just crack addicts.
And it's in a mouth, and the mouth has no teeth. That's what it is. It's lights inside of a mouth with no teeth.
No teeth.
And there's a pair of tits with weed coming out
of the nipples, just directly out.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Not like a Fast Times at Ridgemont High coming out of the middle of the boob situation.
No, because I think now that the weed business has formed quite an establishment in Reno, it's more like people are feeding off of it. I feel like there's more of a kind of a symbiotic relationship.
Oh,
going
they're
on.
definitely. I mean, not to blow up my own spot too much, but I've been investing in some weed futures, if you know what I mean. Just fucking buying up whatever legal stocks on the internet I can.
Dude, I just started watching this that Murder Mountain
about Humboldt.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, man.
It's not that crazy out there, though.
No, it's not that crazy out there, but unless you're like, oh, make a bunch of money off weed.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get kidnapped and die. I mean,
yeah.
White people are crazy.
Yeah, it's super crazy that you'd think that going into a newly legalized drug market wouldn't end up in some sort of negative consequence.
Yeah, some sort of like, we're going to put you in a coffin and put the coffin underground, and then we're going to grow weed from your dead body.
I wonder if that's happening.
Probably.
Man, that's probably where like that like you get high and you get really paranoid. It's like the ghost of someone's dead body that was fertilizing the weed.
That would be we should make a really shitty weed movie where somebody smokes weed that's from a dead body and then they have to solve their own murder because that person's inside of them.
That sounds like a B movie on Netflix.
Yeah, like they smoke the weed and then they get like the visions of the guy dying and then they go solve it.
Yeah. Yeah. I see him. Man. I hear him.
This would be so good. I'm writing the script. I'm writing a lot of dumb scripts right now, just because I'm just tired of.
Like what?
I'm tired of stand up. Well, one of them is based on you know like how every comedian has like a TV show that's just their name, and then it's just a one camera about their exact life.
Yeah,
Louis, Marin.
Yep.
Fucking all of them, every single one. And I wanted to do that, but just for this podcast, so it'd be like shitty. Oh my god, if there was a Gallagher one, that'd be so sweet. But it's like a one-on-one podcast situation like this. It'd be like a minute-long clip. You know, it's gonna be like pre-planned and scripted. It's not gonna be like the actual podcast where we just fucking say words. But then that's gonna go from a concept to then just like sitting in the living room talking to whoever I'm gonna cast as my roommates. The one idea I had that still makes me laugh is making Lionel one of my roommates, and he's just always eating a handful of peanut butter, but just playing it like real cool, like it's not weird that he just has a fucking grip of peanut butter in his hand.
People always ask me, Lionel, why are you eating that peanut butter?
He's like, it's protein. And then it would go like one outside scene, like a Curb Your Enthusiasm situation, where you come up with this thing you're mad about or an idea, and then you go thematically solve it out in the world, and then you come back to the house and decompress with the same way you went out. He goes podcast, living room, outside scene, living room, podcast, end of episode.
Gotcha.
So you just have little vignettes of dumb ideas.
Okay. Have you ever seen that movie My Dinner with Andre?
I haven't.
Oh, okay. It's just a conversation the whole time.
Fuck.
It's really good. I think it was made in like the 1980s or 70s or something.
It sounds like some 80s shit.
It was really good. But yeah, I'm working on a thing too that I want to make a comic out of it.
Sweet.
And so I'm using like Photoshop. I'm not gonna like draw it or anything, but just using Photoshop and stock photos from the internet, and compiling them. And I want it to be like two hipsters from Minneapolis come to Reno and their car breaks down and they have to stay in a shitty motel, and that's basically like them dealing with the problems in Reno but like from their perspective, and so it just doesn't match up at all, and they're just in la la land.
Everything's wrong.
Yeah, everything's wrong, and like it's not going well at all, and they keep having to deal with conflicts, and they're not prepared for it all because of how insulated that whole community is in Minneapolis. And yeah, I think that, I don't know, I'm just kind of trying to work out the general concept of it, you know.
Can you make them from Dinkytown just so they have to say that over and over again?
Ooh, that'd be fucking great. Yeah. I'm from Dinkytown.
Because first of all, hilarious name. Second of all, fuck those Dinkytown pieces of shit. God,
have you been there?
Every time I went there, like one time it was for a big like college thing, so I went down there. They were like, "We're all gonna go to the bars." I was like, "Cool," and I was like, "Everyone in this bar fucking sucks.
Yes.
I can't get a drink. Yeah. There's 2 floors of people I hate." Yeah. So I just chugged my drink that someone bought me and fucking got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, dude, it's really like you can see. I don't know, like it's crazy. Like the more I've been thinking about it more recently. Now that I've familiarized myself and integrated myself with the culture in like this whole West area, and how different it is from the Midwest, and how it's almost like it's like the more homey version of like the down south, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the like the same people, but
same exact thing.
Like Making a Murderer, that really solidified it in my head. Oshkosh by gosh.
Those Northern California motherfuckers are they're like just as backwoods as North Florida. Like, dude, it's fucking...
So I drove through there on my road trip I took a road trip to Seattle last October, and I went through this like fucking middle of nowhere place, and I stopped at this restaurant for a hamburger, and the guy making the food looked like he was 1,000 years old, and the hamburger that I got came on a camo plate.
Jesus.
And the bun had like, it looked like a cartoon with like the even amount of seeds, and like it was like, oh no,
like they printed out a bun for you.
Yeah, like they had a 3D printer in the back, and the old guy that's 1,000 years old, they're like, just hit this button, we're just gonna keep him employed until he dies. He's like, meh, and then hamburger.
He just every day he makes one hamburger, individually places the sesame seeds on top. It's the only thing that keeps him going.
I think the only thing that keeps him going is meth. I think that's the only thing that keeps him going.
Honestly, that's a pretty good way to keep yourself going.
Yeah, and hitting a big red button to make a hamburger out of a 3D printer.
You just got a microwaved burger. Like, that's what that was.
Yeah, they don't even know it's a 3D printer. They're like, hamburger machine. We got a new hamburger machine.
I would love if they have a whole 3D printer and they have no idea what it is except for that it prints hamburgers. Yeah. That's all they use it for.
Probably because the guy that owns a restaurant is some rich dude in California. He's like, just send him the 3D printer. They're not going to know what it is, but just say hamburger machine. Just put hamburger machine. Just writes in Sharpie.
Make it
hamburger
one button.
Machine.
Make it one button.
Yeah, just set one button on it. Just preset it to hamburger, and then just send it there. We'll just send another 3D printer. It'll do hot dogs and one that does hash browns, and we'll just send them off.
Man, the future sucks.
I think the future's pretty cool, except it's all going to be very uniform.
Yeah, the replicators. I mean, that's basically what we're talking about, is the idea of replicators. Just get protein strands to print out a burger. That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah,
I'd buy one.
I think people are going to start paying extra money for like a nuance hamburger.
Oh yeah, like the vegan, like the vegan.
Ooh, I got
meats.
a hair in mine. Oh, like because everything's gonna be so perfect in the future that they're gonna be like, oh, I got a hair. Oh, this one's got a pube in it.
Can mine have like a toenail sticking halfway out of the meat so you know it was done at the factory?
A silver tooth.
Oh.
Mommy, I hurt my jaw. What'd you get, Billy? I got a silver tooth. Ooh, save human. That one. Put it in your wallet.
There's a necklace of burger teeth.
Oh yeah. You get a prize after you collect all 13.
This dystopian future is bothersome.
It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate. You get to go to the hamburger factory. Can you imagine how sad the Oompa Loompa song in the hamburger factory would be?
Oh god, that's like the Matt Bronger does that bit of savory Willy Wonka.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's so good. You should look up Matt Bronger. He's one of my favorite comics. He's a Portland dude.
Okay.
But he's older. He just does a lot of weird stories and abstractions. He has that savory Willy Wonka one where he's just fat and sings songs about meat, and how it's just like, if that's just making that one switch from sweet to savory makes it disgusting because it's just a river of gravy. Everything's all slick and greasy. Yeah. No one wants to touch anything.
That's great. Savory.
Yeah. He just put out a new album, and he has a great bit about doing mushrooms and trying to order pizza.
Oh, okay.
It's like a 12-minute bit. Like, it's just so much story.
Jesus.
He's one of my favorites.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't really been delving into the...
Absorbing the comedy.
No, I have been very recently. And most of, I guess, what I've been... I don't know. I don't really, like, gather my bits from, like... a certain thing,
right?
It's more or less just like trying. I guess like the main thing that I've been doing is like trying to look at the world as objectively as I possibly can, because I think that what's been weighing me down in the past however long has just been looking at things from any other perspective other than just like shitting on everything.
Oh, right.
And that's
like just trying to have to have the opinion on something so that it can turn into something.
Just being really consistent with just being a dick.
Yeah.
That's where I find like most of where I really like get a lot of stuff comes from, is just from being an asshole.
That happens.
Yeah.
I've been trying to change my my writing style recently, because I mean most of the time it's just long meandering like build-ups to no punchline, but it's just like, isn't this ridiculous?
Right.
And then like that's all I have. Like my most recent thing I just tried at a library was I was just real mad about this package of cashews at work because it's had a warning on the back that said, you know, warning, contains allergen, cashews. And I was like, it's a package of cashews. And so, like, I thought that was fucking ridiculous, but it's one of those things where, like, I have a lot of jokes where I find something dumb, but I can't extrapolate to an audience, like, why this is funny, and audiences really need you to fucking, like, bring you the fucking...
Maybe as an exercise, try doing it in as few words as possible.
Yeah.
You know, because then that'll make it so that you have to start changing the way you think about the setup. And then it's cutting that corner. You're getting used to cutting that corner instead of, because I think it's really necessary for a build up in some cases, but not in all cases. And so then to practice that shortcut,
and then just saying like, isn't this a thing? Punchline, just call it a bit.
Yeah,
that's been really helping with my old bits. I've been cutting a lot of shit out of those.
Yeah.
And just being like, wow, this whole paragraph isn't funny, and just deleting it and being like, oh, there we go. A to B.
Did you ever when was the last time that you like traveled and did
I haven't done an out of town set since fucking January when I went up to Humboldt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
have yet to do something like that where it's like a couple of days of doing it.
Oh yeah.
And I'd really like to do that. And now that I have a couple of days off of work every other week. So I'm definitely going to go do that. And Joe, you know Joe Bagley?
Nope.
He stops through every now and then, but he was like, I was talking to him at one of the shows. And he at the Dead Panda show, and he was like, "Yeah, man, you just come out to San Jose and we'll hit some of the mics, and I think I really want to do that. So I just have like a couple days to just do it consistently, because I find that doing it as, you know, like multiple times, even in a night, you start to like build a lot of momentum. But it sucks that it's like you only have, I mean, that's why I didn't get into it when I was in Duluth, is because it was you had 5 minutes every Friday. You're not going to fucking get,
any traction.
You'll have one okay joke in 5 years.
Yeah. Because it's like, you'll think like, I have a whole week to write, I better do a new 5, so you never practice any of your shit.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me when I was starting off. When I was up in South Dakota, I had one open mic on Thursdays, and you'd think it was a mixed one, so I got 10 minutes. So like, I didn't have any bits. And when I finally found the comedy open mic in Sioux Falls, it was that same day, but it was only 5 minutes. So I was able to shorten up my jokes a little bit, but they weren't good. And then I moved here, and I had, you know, Wildflower, 3rd Street, then Beck started up, and then I had, you know, Library on Sundays, and I started doing fucking Pioneer every weekend. And I was like, oh, I need to like have actual bits that are like this long, so that I'm not just fucking meandering on stage about fucking dead cats or whatever. So it's
is that what you
crazy.
Did?
Yeah, it was just like I would just say a bunch of shit. You know, just fun words that come out of my mouth, like saying dog dick macaroni. You know, it's just like words that make people laugh, but not really a punchline. And that was most of how I mean, that's really how a lot of people get by initially.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Just sprawling. Yeah. That's how I kind of feel. It feels like, what I feel like a lot of the time is I feel like I'm just sprawling in the dark. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Every once in a while, you'll slap a laugh out of something.
Right. Yeah. You'll hit something, but it's never, you don't ever have like a clear picture of the room. And so I'm kind of trying to like figure out how, you know, what the room looks like, and you get better at like feeling out through. It's like walking around blind. It's like that's honestly what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's every fucking comedy show too. It's just like, okay, is the audience warmed up? No, probably not. Yeah. And so it's like, okay, I'm coming into a cold room.
Yeah.
No one here is here for me. And in fact, they might not be here for any of us, and they might be pissed off about it, especially if it's a casino. These are free tickets, and they've lost money. So how do I win somebody from that much of a deficit?
Yeah.
That's why I always tried to put myself up first at the open mics when I was starting out.
Oh, okay.
You know, because like I'd still hang out till the fucking end, too. But it's just like I want to go up first so that I can try to win the room from pretty much nothing.
Okay. That's
and then
smart.
If I do good, everyone gets a boost for at least 2 or 3 comics till someone ruins the high. But
yeah.
It's like usually if I can get up there, I can punch them into a mood so that at least 2 comics after me do good.
Mm-hmm.
So that usually helps.
Yeah. It's interesting. I've been trying to pay a lot more attention to like what like the crowd is an animal, and try to just really pay close attention to that, and see how like each crowd is different from the next, and see if there's like categories that I can put them into.
Yeah.
You know, if there's like a finite amount of crowd types, and then you can kind of figure a set based on those crowd types that matches it.
Yeah.
You know,
the harder level, which I've been learning at Carson Nugget, is asking a headliner, you know, like, do you need me to test for anything? Like, do you want me to go out there and prod them about politics, sex, drugs, whatever, so that then if they are uncomfortable with my bit, if the headliner doesn't think like, I don't really want to try that, they can just say fuck it, and then they can do good the whole time. So like, I've eaten a hot dick a few times at Carson Nugget just trying them out, because they're like, I don't know the audience at all. They seem kind of conservative. Try bringing up drugs or sex, and I'll be like, all right, let's see. And I'll go out there and try it. Yeah, it's kind of a fun exercise to get out there and be like, all right, we'll try to test them. If it works, we're all gonna win. If I sink, at least somebody can swim. You know, like it's a tough job.
How are the crowds there?
Decent. You know, more recently there's been a lot of people there. When I first started out there, it was like, oh, there's 10 people here, and 3 of them are leaving currently after getting 1 drink.
Right.
But now there's been no less than 30 people every time I go there, so that's pretty nice.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
I thought about going down there and talking to the guy.
They're so full up right now, though, because they're shooting the Casino Boss show that they're doing down there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So they're shooting that. So they always have like 5 or 6 headlining level comedians just hanging out. So like they have not needed any of us at all.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's been tough because I'm like in a real dry spell right now. Like the only thing I got going on is the Dead Panda show, and everything else I'm like, well, nobody wants me. I tried booking out of town shit, and everyone was like, no.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Never mind. I was planning on trying to get up to fucking Eugene and Portland in early June, and just every place that I asked was just like, we're booked. No, we don't want to do that. And I was like, okay, well, that fell apart. I was thinking of just doing a new thing where instead of touring to go do stand-up, I would just tell people I want to come do your podcast, and then just go out and do somebody's podcast for an hour instead of doing stand-up. And then after I do their podcast, be like, hey, is there any good places to do stand-up around here? And then just go do that.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be more beneficial to go do somebody's podcast at this point than it would be to go eat a dick for 3 minutes at like Punchline or something.
Okay.
But
yeah,
it wouldn't be good for stand-up. It would just be good for, personality visibility.
Gotcha. What do you think about, what are your thoughts about, like, trying to adapt to, like, different crowds and in like different cities, and how your experience with that is?
I really like trying to, morph my material, either give it more energy for the crowds that need it, like if it's a real rowdy bar crowd or something, like having to yell my shit or do something exciting. I like to either, change that if I can tell it's like a real hipstery art place, like really try my conceptual stuff where they're going to listen no matter what, so I might as well hook them in. It can go real bad.
You're riding the guilt listening train that they're all on.
Yeah, I'm just really exploit it. Like whenever I can tell an audience is like really listening, and so like my dumb shit isn't landing, that's when I'll usually do my dolphins should murder sharks by making a big fuckball. I usually do like that joke, so because they have to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I also like to do the World War I movie pitch joke.
Okay.
Where I end it with fucking Tyler Perry's Medea Wars the World. Because that's just such a ridiculous concept. It's good payoff for the ride, too.
Well, it's a good concept because hopefully at the end of that movie, that series stops.
Yeah, hopefully they finally get Medea.
Yeah.
She goes down in a trench in fucking Germany.
Oh, no.
Oh, Lord. God, I tried watching a Tyler Perry movie the other day. Not the other day, months ago.
Okay.
I think we were trying to watch Boo, a Medea Halloween.
Oh, okay. How's your cancer treatment coming?
It was crazy how low budget and like chopped up that movie is. Like you could definitely tell part of like 20 minutes of that script was like, okay, you two grandmas sit here and pretend and just riff. You just ate a fucking like that's like a
fuck. I'll pick it up
later.
it's
like a 5-month-old Good and Plenty.
Oh, I can tell.
That's just been laying there.
Don't shake your head at me, Austin.
Austin's just jerking off right into the fridge. Let's listen in.
Ooh, Szechuan sauce. You just got a bottle of stir-fry sauce you're bringing back to your room? Is that what that is?
He likes to jerk off with barbecue sauce.
Oh, okay. The spice.
I don't know how old this is, but it's here in Nevada.
Oh, okay. Is it open?
No.
It's not open?
Jonathan had.
Beer never expires.
Oh, yes.
Like, nobody's like years old.
Beer never expires.
John brought it in and he was like, taste it. It's like it's aged.
Gross.
Beer.
Oh, that's good.
Can't age beer.
Those torpedoes taste disgusting, and if it's been aged...
Oh, the IPAs?
It says extra IPA.
no, the torpedo... Oh, those are fucking disgusting. My old roommate, he would drink those just all the time. I thought they were so gross. I can't stand, like, super... I don't get the whole fucking beer craze shit.
Just, like, dumping hops into everything?
Get it. I do not understand. I just... to hop on the craft beer train now, I feel like a tool. Like to get into it, like to enjoy it. That's whatever. Like it's there, so I might as well enjoy it. But like I don't understand like the getting into it part of it. Like, ooh, this has like wine tasting. It's like new wine tasting. That's what it seems. It's just new.
Yeah, it's
the
just
new generation's wine tasting.
Yeah, this is just what yuppies have clung on to now. Ooh, it's got so many tannins in the hops. Fuck off.
Tannins.
I don't fucking know. Who knows? I don't. This wine shit. Because now I'm a winemaker, so I need to have opinions.
Oh, okay.
I made 5 bottles of white wine, so I'm officially a winery.
Is that what that is?
There's 5 bottles of white wine and 7 bottles of cider. 7.5.
Those look like some shit that you put a note in after you crashed on an island after a ship.
Right? It's perfect. I went to the brewing store and I was like, I need wine bottles and corks. He's like, what'd you make? I was like, cider and wine. He's like, this bottle's good for both and use these push corks. And then I was just on my merry way to drain my grape juice.
Okay, did you stomp it with your feet?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, you gotta do that, man.
I just didn't wash my hands when I mushed them though. Does that count?
No, because your hands aren't feet. If you're gonna go for it, if you want the wine to taste good, you gotta
put your feet in there.
Yeah, you gotta.
I don't know. My feet were too big even for the bucket. I mean, it's.
How small of a bucket do you have? You don't have huge feet.
They're pretty big.
What size foot do you have?
Size 16.
Never mind. I retract my statement immediately. Okay.
16 quadruple E wide because they flare out at the end like a clown shoe.
Quadruple E wide. Do you just like order all your shoes off Amazon?
BigShoes.com.
Oh, BigShoes.com.
BigShoes.com. Our sponsor for today is BigShoes.com. Are you looking for big shoes? Fucking type it. Just put it in Google. Guess what's going to come up? Oh, shit, big shoes. Fucking idiot. That's your discount code.
Have you been walking around barefoot for years with discomfort for every moment of your life? Because fitting your foot into a smaller shoe causes...
Just a mess.
Blood clots.
AIDS.
Is that how you get AIDS?
I walked around barefoot in Hawaii for like 3 straight years. I only put on shoes to go to school or like when I had to go to a store.
When did you move from Hawaii?
I lived there from 2000 to 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, it was real fun.
Gotcha.
Just stepping in cat turds and crushing
cockroaches.
Wild cats? Yeah, it's like mostly wild cats out there.
Oh, weird.
And the homeless people eat the wild cats.
Really?
I don't know.
Like put a spike through them and they fucking roast it like a...
I'm going to assume it happens. I'm not going to rule out anything. That place is fucking crazy.
Dude, I watched this Vice documentary about Australians that kill wild cats.
Dude, hell yeah.
Have you seen that one? Oh,
is
my
that the
God,
one where they sell them to people for like medical research or just whatever or eating?
No. They're just like, that kitty looked at me. And they're like,
they're just
bam!
murdering it for Jesus.
Yeah.
I watched the saddest documentary ever from Vice. It wasn't even a documentary. It was like a quick 20-minute snapshot of the
quick 20-minute
Filipino people making pog, which is a recycled meat dish. So what they do is they go and dig through the trash cans of places and pick out all the meat, and then they sell that to people, and those people wash that meat and turn it into a dish that's sold real cheap.
Is that on an Anthony Bourdain episode?
No. Should be.
Yeah.
He would have loved that shit. But yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, we just pick all the trash off of it, and then the guy washes it, and the guy that they were like looking at, everyone just like, oh yeah, he makes the best pog because he washes it real good. And I was like, that's fucking gross, man.
That's all you gotta do. You just gotta wash it.
Yeah,
real
some
good.
some people do it cheaper because then they just don't rinse it off. Like, what the fuck's the rule there? I don't know.
Holy shit.
So yeah, take that,
Wash
Filipinos. I know your secrets.
What fucking brush are you using to wash?
They just put all of the meat into a water, and then they just like toss it around, and they drain that water out, and they just keep washing until the water is
Pog.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure Pog. You ever seen that movie, Mom and Dad Save the Earth?
Nope.
Oh man. Yeah. You seen that, Austin? Yeah. Isn't that Pogs? That's the aliens that are in that movie.
The little like mushroom guys.
Yeah.
Good.
And they're gray too. Probably look a lot like the meat that you're talking about.
Yeah, just gray mush. You know how it goes.
Yep.
Fucking gross. Mm-hmm. Tell Filipinos they're gross, Si. I'll wait.
There's this lady that she takes my she works in wardrobe at my job, and she's such a sweet lady. I really like her. And when she my number is 4302 for my wardrobe, and anytime she sees me, she just goes 4302. And I like every time I like get enjoyment.
Yeah, you're like
that.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that is me. 4302. I love it.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn more Spanish so I can like talk to my coworkers, which is interesting because I'm just like realizing how much of it I've lost.
Yeah.
And over the years.
Yeah, when I was working in the warehouse, I was just like, they all spoke Spanish, so I was just like, just keep speaking Spanish. I don't feel left out. I did, like, eventually I'll just adapt to it.
Yeah.
And after a while, I was like, okay, from the words I can remember and the Duolingo I've been brushing up on, I can kind of get what's happening most days. I still couldn't like speak it very well.
Did you take
like,
Spanish in high school?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how in the Midwest they teach you guys to speak Spanish even though there's no
Mexicans.
Yeah, it's like
anywhere.
No, not at all. It's like learning Chinese in the South.
Yeah.
All right. Ni hao ma. Ni hao ma.
I would have much rather learned Chinese. That would be applicable to the world at least.
No, it wouldn't. What the fuck would you use that for now, Bobby?
Going
You'd forget
to China.
it by now. You'd forget it
That's
by
true.
now. Yeah, you might as well just go to Mexico. You spend less on a plane ticket.
Yeah. Fuck China. Oh my god, I had to go through there when I was going to Laos, and China's immigration is the most convoluted bullshit. We had to get off the plane, check all the way out after we got security scanned on our way out, and then we had to go all the way back in through immigration and get fingerprinted, scanned, and everything twice. They're like, where are you going after this? Still China. Just one state over. I don't know what you want from me. We got there. They made us go all the way out. They're like, where are you coming from? I was like, motherfucker, call your buddy over in Kunming. He has all this information. I get to America. They're like, you got anything to claim? I was like, no. They're like, see ya. I was like, fucking dope. I love America. So glad to be back.
Yeah. Dude, I hate flying a lot. I really don't like it.
That's what sucks, though, is I love travel, and I even love being in airplanes and airports and all of that. It's just it's the people. It's not the experience. I love the experience. It's just having to deal with all those other people.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, just like it's funny that they call it an Airbus. Like one of those planes. They got those big planes. They call it an Airbus because there's no one like barfing or anything for the most part, but like there's still the same level of irritation.
Like being on a bus.
I actually really enjoyed riding the bus like quite a bit, just because you got to see like so much shit that you normally wouldn't if you're just driving in a car. That's so entertaining. I thought it was great. I was just the whole time. There was always like where I was living in Minnesota. Almost every time, like unless I was riding the bus like directly to the college and was picking up a bunch of students, there was always like some guy that's like trying to chew his own ear off, or like just people yelling
somebody having a conversation, and then they start yelling, and you're like, they're not even on a Bluetooth. They are just yelling now.
Yep. You're checking for the no Bluetooth.
Like, nope. Oh God, they've done it.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great to have a Bluetooth commercial where it's like just this is a person talking to themselves, and then like they turn, and then someone comes over, they just put a sticker on their ears so no one else gets freaked out. Bluetooth.
Yeah, just Bluetooth. At least pretend something.
Try it out.
You're scaring us all.
Yes, Bluetooth. You're scared. Yeah, Bluetooth. You're scaring.
Bluetooth. We're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Fucking Bluetooth. Well, what's that thing? It's like a rune, like a Gaelic rune or something. There's like an actual Bluetooth something. I don't fucking remember. Man, fuck research.
Bluetooth is a Gaelic rune?
It's like something. And the guy's name was like fucking Archibald Bluetooth or some shit. I don't remember. History is some shit.
That I'm not interested in.
Yeah, I wish I knew more stuff.
I actually am interested in a lot of history stuff, but it's very like specific.
Yeah, it's usually like I'll remember a lot of weird dumb shit from random areas of history. There's not like, oh, I specifically love this thing. I'm just like, oh. Remember when Elon Musk called that one guy a pedophile? That'll be history soon enough.
I think it's really stupid that in schools they teach you about like it's very the facts they teach you in school are like very they're not conceptual.
Yeah.
And I think that the conceptual component to historical facts is like so much more important than like names and dates, and it just seems really fucked up to me that they would hone in on that more so than like the general concepts, because people are essentially martyrs for concepts if they're like a famous, you think of like famous writers or like psychologists or something, they're going to die, but they carry with them a concept that blooms later in the future. Mm-hmm. And to have school be focused more so on like the I don't know, just cutting the fat off of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fat.
Especially because like they made me learn like, oh, when was the Renaissance? When was the Industrial Age? When was all this shit? And then I would read other authors, and they'd be like, 1792 to 18 whatever. This is when they were alive, and this book came out in 19 whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. I know these dates and figures, and I know when this idea happened. I don't know anything about them or why they're connected. Mm-hmm. It's just like, okay, I don't know when any famous American authors are from. Like, you give me one of them, I'm like, I don't fucking know. But if they had like actually contextualized that shit instead of being like, oh, on this date, like, I don't know when the fuck that is. Was America even a thing then? I don't know.
Yeah.
I do a lot better with concepts than I do fucking exact dates and times.
Well, I think it's kind of backwards going from. I think people deal with general concepts, absorb general concepts a lot more. That's why like little kids learn like life lessons from like the Lion King and Disney movies, is because those are general concepts that later on they start specifying. As life experience comes on, oh, that's where this applies. And I think that school should be no different in that there's like a very like general concept that's presented, and then you narrow down to the specifics as the class goes on.
Yeah. And
it's always backwards. It's always all the specifics, and then like maybe we'll get to the concepts later, and they're always like very poorly constructed.
What's even worse is like I'm pretty sure I had to learn about the American Revolution like 7 different years throughout school, which is stupid because it's obviously like, oh, they couldn't understand the concept of war back in 2nd grade, so we got to teach them again in 8th grade. It would be way more. I think it would be more beneficial to go backwards in history chronologically the opposite way. So it's like, okay, 1st graders, you're going to learn about 10 years ago. That concept you don't understand because you weren't alive, but you can easily understand how 10 years ago shit was pretty similar.
Okay.
And then like every year they get older, be like, okay, 3rd graders, you can learn about the 90s now.
Okay.
Like things that are tangible. They can ask their parents about that shit.
Like widening the concept.
Yeah, and so eventually it's like, okay, high schoolers, do you want to learn about fucking World War II? Do you want to learn about the American Revolution? Whatever, like, what are you interested in? And pick it from there, rather than having me learn fucking the start of America to current times every year for like 7 years.
Right.
And then when I get to high school, they're like, you want to learn about Western Civ. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck any of that means.
Right.
I know the Civil War started in 18 something. I don't even remember anymore.
I think that's a good idea, though. I think it's a good idea to try to like match it to the development of like the kids. Like as they're getting older, you start matching certain subjects to their development, as you know. And I think that ending it on a really dark note about like Jesus,
surprise dog face.
Oh my god, sorry.
Could have been a whole dead chicken.
I think that ending it on a note of like what war means. Is really important, because I think a lot of people that like just looking at like social media and people will have a very, very poor idea of what war is and what conflict is, and like how to kind of work against that, you know, because it's sort of like we're all on a ship where if we all lean to one side, it's going to spill over. So it's like, you know, to be a lot more educated. But I think people are very, very poorly educated about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, because again, it's just all dates and times, which is why we're stuck in the predicament now where everyone's just calling each other a Nazi with really no reference either way of where that's supposed to actually be.
Yeah. Or if you deviate from my opinion, then you are an advocate for the extermination of all races of people besides your own.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. Cool.
I just said I didn't like Jell-O.
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't know. I think coleslaw is pretty dope, man.
I like the raspberry flavor. I just said I like the raspberry flavor.
I don't
You're
fucking
literally
know.
Hitler.
That's why I stopped being a teacher. Did not want to go down that path anymore.
You were a teacher?
I was a substitute teacher, and I was thinking
For
about...
what grade?
I was just whatever. Any grade
really?
they'd have me, yeah.
Oh, okay. What was the oldest grade that you taught?
Oldest grade was high school, but it was just like a band class.
Like what age high school?
It was just all of them.
Oh, it was all,
so it was
just all of them.
All of them. And then
was that shitty?
Youngest was preschool.
Okay.
It was literally like pre-K.
Were the high school shitty, or was it like
nah,
they were fine?
Yeah, it was, I mean, really, it was just like me pretending to be an adult. I was like 22.
How'd you get that job?
Just fucking, all I had to do, like, I got out of school, I got fired from one of my jobs, and I just took the praxis test. I got a decent enough score, and then I just got an old professor to vouch for me with the school district, and they were like, you have scores, and your fingerprints say you're not a pedophile, so we'll put you in our automatic call system. So every morning, whenever a teacher would call in sick or something, they'd put it to the lottery of all the teachers out there, and you get a call, it'd be like, you know, like, oh, third grade, this school. And you'd be like, yes.
And you have to go there that day?
Yeah.
So what if you have a fucking job?
Well, then you can, you know, you only teach on the day. You can reject as much as you want.
Yeah.
Or you can just tell them, hey, I can't do these days. But yeah, I was like working at Best Buy at the time. So it was just like, okay, I can do Tuesdays and Thursdays for substitute teaching. So I would just like work and then have, you know, a subbing day after that, and then just take a day off. And so it was a weird time.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I thought briefly about being a teacher, like right when I got out of high school, and then I realized what the rest of the world was like, and I was like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't want to confine myself to the egg, you know.
I think the biggest time was when, you know, like I'd been substitute teaching a little more than I was working at Best Buy, and then one of my students that I had just got done like doing a week with came in and saw me working at Best Buy, and they were like, but you're a teacher. And I was like, yeah, this is the state of the world.
Yeah.
And it's like they were bummed out, I was bummed out, and high on Oxycontin because I had broken my foot at the time.
Oh.
And so there was just like a whole thing happening all at once. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad time. 2015 was not a good year.
That was one of the best years of my life.
Fuck.
Opposite sides of the planet.
Yeah.
America. When did you move here?
I moved here 2016.
Oh, okay. So that was when you were living in the Midwest.
Yeah, that was back when I was in Sioux Falls.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not fun.
Let's move on.
Man, fuck Sioux Falls and everyone that lives there. Sorry, friends. I know you're listening.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I know. We should play some fucking Mad Libs.
Ooh, okay.
That's the way to do it. I'm fucking watching you. Fucking watching you, dog. I know you want to go out there and eat those fucking chickens. Nikki ate a chicken whole. She was carrying another one out the fucking door when I caught her because it was making a whole racket, like a murder racket. And I was like, the other one didn't even get a chance to make a noise. She must have just snatched it up out of a dead sleep and just scarfed it down. It's a fucking mad woman. All right, we're going to play a Mad Libs collection, Family Rock Band. Now, Cy, can I have an adjective?
We've gone over this before. I don't know any of these, Bobby.
That is
I was
a
homeschooled.
Descriptor word.
Ooh,
like a color. Or calling a dude fat or something.
Fat.
There's any descriptor word.
Oh, no. Morbid.
Morbid.
Yep.
Can I have a last name? Any last name?
Crotch.
Crotch. Can I have another adjective? It's a descriptor word.
I was gonna say urinatey.
Urinatey. Urinate. E. Can I have a noun that is any person, place, or thing?
George Bush.
George. Senior or junior?
Senior.
See, we'll get H.W. Bush. Can I have another adjective?
Wet.
That's a descriptor word. Wet. Can I have a plural noun that is any person, place, or thing that there's
Corn.
more than one of?
Corn.
Corns?
No, just corn.
Just corn. Can I have another noun?
Messy.
Messy. Can I have another adjective?
Cancerous.
Cancer. Ouse. Can I have another plural noun?
Bees.
Bees. And now a singular noun.
Bee.
Bee. And now an adjective. You can do it, I believe in you.
Crystallized.
Crystallized. Can I have a plural noun?
Boners.
Boners. And can I have an adjective?
Shocked.
Shocked. And another adjective.
Slimy.
Slimy. And now can I have another noun?
Obama.
Obama. And now an adverb that is any adjective ending in ly.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. I don't know if that's one, but I'm counting it.
I don't know the fuck.
Can I have any letter of the alphabet?
Z.
Z. And finally, a noun.
Carrot top.
Carrot. Top. It's time for the Mad Libs collection, Family Rock Band. I don't come from your average morbid family. That's because we're all part of the Crotch Family Rock Band, and we lead a very urinatey life. For example, by not shaving as George Herbert Walker Bush every morning, my dad saves enough time to practice the wet drums. Fuck, that's gross. My brother doesn't participate in extracurricular corn at school because he plays the electric messy. My cancerous sister doesn't have time to date bees because she sings lead vocals and practices for 4 or 5 hours every bee. When I'm not writing our crystallized songs, I'm tickling the boners on the keyboard. So I don't have any free time either. Finally, Mom is our shocked manager. She books our band to play weddings, slimy 16s, and Obama mitzvahs. Maybe someday, if we practice supposedly enough, we'll get to make a music video for ZTV and play sold-out shows at Madison Square Carrot Top. So that was the Mad Lib collection. Family rock band. Tickling the boners on the keyboard. Really tied that one together.
Yeah.
Fuck. So that was Mad Libs for you. Cy, do you have anything to plug? Anything coming up? Anything you'd like to look to the future for?
No.
Good.
I have nothing.
This will be coming out tomorrow, so I'm going to say, come to Dead Panda Comedy at the Reno Improv, April 26th. Just $5 at the door. All your favorites will be there, including me and whoever else you consider a favorite. Fuck words. Come to comedy. And then I got a band show. May 3rd, Sad Giants is going to play with Rosu at the Library Bar here in town. My band is going to be releasing a little EP called Sunday Best. We did a little photo shoot this weekend. It was cool. There were photos involved. And then May 18th? I think May 18th, maybe 17th. I already fucking forgot. I think it's May 17th. I'll be playing at the Virginia Street Brew House. I already forgot the bands who are on it. And apparently there's going to be comedy. I don't know anything about that show. I didn't set that one up, and no one's told me shit. So May 17th, coming out to the Virginia Street Brew House, and come watch me play music. Maybe do comedy, because who knows who they booked. Hopefully no one shitty. And now on to the fun plugs. Cy, what are you digging lately? What's any sort of art out in the world tickling your fancy?
I've been listening to a lot of new music.
What you got? What you got going on?
This artist named Sophie. It's like a weird experimental electronic stuff. Like dream pop.
Sweet.
A lot of that, like Doorbells. And this band called Boy Scott. It's pretty good. Found that album. And a couple metal albums. I've just been listening to a lot of music.
God.
Yeah.
Just absorbing it all.
Yeah.
Letting it
ride.
Come inside you.
Yeah. Letting it come inside my heart.
Yeah, there's a new, I think Aim on Amarth just released a new single. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I already forgot what it's called. Something about Vikings and crows or some shit. Who knows? It's always.
Is that a black metal band or what?
Yeah, they're like a Viking metal.
Oh.
I think it's just supposed to be regular death metal, but everything's kind of like Middle Earthy.
I can't do the death metal thing. I just never got into it.
I don't know. They're pretty good at it. But they're like the pinnacle of what that genre is.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not bad. I mean, their fucking name is a reference to Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
So fucking dorks. Let's see. What am I into today? Fucking been watching the same shit on TV. Been listening to the same songs. I think I plugged Pup's new album last week. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's a band that I've been running into in my Spotify listens that I haven't ever really given much of a listen to, except for today. I finally gave them a listen because they have a new album out. It's a band called Pew Pew Pew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've listened to them yet.
Yeah, they have a new album called Optimal Lifestyles that's pretty fucking legit. Huh. So, like all their other stuff, I was like, okay, I get it. It's like happy, lo-fi, garage kind of pop punk.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like a lot of yelling and melodic guitar. I'm like, cool. I mean, that's like the direction everyone's going in now. Where it's like half Midwestern emo, half like I want to leave this town pop punk.
Gotcha.
So hopefully none of them are pedophiles, because that shit keeps happening.
Gotcha.
Yeah, let's see. What else is there? What else is out in the world? Hopefully not pedophiles. Oh, okay. I've been trying to come up with this concept for a live show to do that would be recorded so it could be put out as a podcast. But I take 4 comedians, we all go on stage, and we take a suggestion of a problem in the world from the audience, and then we get 4 suggestions of problems in the world. Each comedian has to choose which problem they want, and then each of them has to present their solution for that problem on stage.
That is
to
a
pitch
great
it, and they have to
idea.
pitch it to the rest of the people.
That's
and
a
at the very
great
end,
idea.
the audience decides who actually solved the problem the best.
That's a great idea.
And so I think that would be a fun thing to do. because it's great to immediately have a very hard opinion on something, and I always find it hilarious. So I think I'm going to try to put that together for going to the library or something.
Fucking great idea.
So we'll see how that goes, because I've just been wanting to do a new kind of live show or something that isn't, completely contingent on having new comedians doing their best stuff or their new stuff every time. Yeah. Sometimes I just want to hang out with dudes and fuck around, and that'd be the perfect way to do it. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I've been fucking writing scripts about stuff because I don't think my cousin listens to this podcast. She writes and directs and creates this fucking mini series on YouTube called Apartment 101, and it's well put together. Like, it's well done. But I just as a person who writes characters and things, I can't talk too much shit because I haven't written anything to put out there. But at the same time, I watch it and I'm like, man, these characters have no real problems.
Like what? Like what?
It's like the big thing in one of the first few episodes is just I have a skin condition, and I'm like, that's not you gotta have a disease or something. But
is it a drama?
Kind of. It's just about how great friends they are. Because one of them moves out.
Because I rub lotion on your skin.
It's
on your skin condition.
It's well done. Really, the only character that I really like, her name is Margot. She podcasts and does stand-up and is just super dismissive to all of them, and it's amazing. But everyone else I can take or leave. And I've been getting high as fuck with Nick, and we've been watching it. And so we're about to start up season 2, which I have not seen yet. I saw season 1, and I made Nick catch up. And it's just watching that made me go all right, well, if I'm gonna talk shit about things, even if I like them, I talk shit about a lot of stuff, but I better do something at least equally as good or bad, try something else, fail at something, and then I can pass all the judgment I want, which is exactly why I started stand-up. Yes. Now at least I can say I do it, so that I can say other people are bad at it. And that's the only reason to get out of bed in the morning is for spite and hatred and harsh opinions on things.
Yes.
But go watch Apartment 101. It's a fun romp through the lives of.
It sucks.
Through the lives. Okay, here's the thing: it's contingent upon you caring about the lives of 2 young white women.
Okay.
Which is just so hard for me.
Gotcha.
I'm like, hey, white people, solve your problems. I don't give a shit.
I have a skin condition.
Yeah, I'm like, you have a skin condition and your lesbian girlfriend cheated on you? That happens. Just fucking... Who needs a whole season of shows about this?
Oh, it's not diverse enough for you, Bobby?
It's not diverse enough. With all the diversity that they have. It's just fucking... if you're gonna have diversity, do good.
Get one of everything.
That's why I hated the Mindy Project.
I don't watch any of those shows.
I'm like they finally give some TV shows to Asian people, and it's Indian people first off, because Mindy Kaling got the Mindy Project, and then fucking Aziz Ansari. Why did he have to be a fucking fish hooking weirdo? Because his show Master of None was actually good, but then when non-South Asians
sucks.
Which one?
Master of None.
Master of None. I thought it was. I mean,
it's a show. I thought. Okay, I went into it being oh, this is gonna be a funny show, and it wasn't.
Oh yeah, no, it's not funny at all.
Fucking disappointed.
It's and I thought 100% a drama.
I thought it was badly acted, and the script was bad, and I thought it was so bad. Every part of it, I thought was bad.
I loved him casting his own parents. Because, their acting is as bad as it would be. His parents aren't trying to act. They just actually sound and act like that. I thought the weird going to Italy part was too much, and then I really fell off in that second season.
I think the one episode that I watched was the one where they're discussing, how they're, sons of immigrants. And I thought that the concept was really good. But I thought it was so badly acted and written that I was like, holy shit. Like it's like at the end where it was like, it almost seemed like it was ironic when they were all around the dinner table. They're like, we're connecting. And they're all laughing.
That show's cheesy as fuck.
That was, it was super cheesy. I was like,
cheesy as
if this was like, if they were being ironic or this was like a parody, it'd be really funny. But like, it's not. So it's like, holy shit.
And that's why like when comedians start going for that like sincere experience kind of show,
yes,
it really fucking, it starts falling apart. I'm like, use your comedy to put something into this fucking show.
The only time that ever like worked for me was when I enjoyed the end of Adam Sandler's special when he did that tribute to Chris Farley. It wasn't very funny, but it was like, damn, you know what? That was like well placed. He put it in like the right spot, and it was like, okay, that was heartfelt, but you know.
But he missed a golden opportunity to make a part 4 to the Hanukkah song.
Mm-hmm.
I just needed one more. One more list of Jews.
You don't like the trilogy?
I mean, it's all right. It's too much Jar Jar Binks in the very first Hanukkah song. Fucking dumb. That's a dumb joke, and I blame Psy for it.
Fuck you.
What was I mad about? Oh yeah, Indians. That's it. That's all. That's all. Fucking Indians telling everyone that they're actually Asian and not Indians.
I'm gonna let you yell into the void about how much you hate Indians.
Considered Asian, and I'm like, I get it. You're also Asian, but also you're Indian. You have a giant fucking country. Go do Bollywood movies.
I've been listening to a Bollywood album recently.
Is it good?
It's very fucking good.
I saw this clip of a Bollywood movie where this guy's like kind of like the Terminator, but then he has a bunch of himself and he turns into a big transformer ball and just shoots everybody in the room.
I want to see that.
Yeah, it looked really fucking good. I want to watch
like
that.
Big Trouble in Little Chinatown or something.
What I'm saying is, Indians, go back to your fucking country. I just love being really Asian racist because it's just... Yeah. Man, it's so good.
I had a friend who was from China. Her name was Vicky, and she hated like Japanese people. It was it was super funny. Like she was trying to describe. I was like, "Why do you hate Japanese people?" And she's like, "Just because that's what we do."
Yeah, they had like they had a fierce ass war, like turn of the 18th century or the 20th century. Yeah. So, like, they still fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
Which is really all Asians have just been, like, battling it out for centuries. So it's just like, okay, yeah, we've drawn our borders, but we all fucking hate each other. And there's a reason. Especially those dirty Filipinos. God damn it. It's so fun to be racist. You should try it sometime, Si.
I should, yeah. That's why I came to Reno.
All right, that's probably enough podcasts. Any last words, Si? You ready to die? I'm ready to die.
I'm ready to die.
Good. Let's get hopped up on pills and crash a car.
Ooh.